Okay, now the next fun thing. Kick and snare gates. I hated gates. I used to hate gates so much. I had never, ever gotten gates to work for me successfully. And one day, it dawned on me when I read a Gear Sleds thread, all from Eric Valentine, talking about how important gating is in his life and how he had an entire band where their entire guitar sound was created with gating and creating key spikes and gates. So this is what I do. And I'm also very tempo-based, and this is where I want someone to be my best friend and help me design this plugin. We're going to call it the SLP gate. Whoever wants to design it. So good. And then I'm going to open up the Fab Filter gate, and this is basically it right here. Now, our tempo of this song is 162. So because my gate isn't the best gate and doesn't have all the features that the SLP gate will have, I have to calculate the delay times here. So let me pull up my handy dandy app, and our tempo is 162, okay? So if I want to make this gate open up for a 16th note, because if we look at these kicks here, look at this, right? We're in 8th note mode right here. Or are we in, yeah, 8th note mode. If we do an 8th note, I want it to cut off before this, right? And or maybe I want to do a 16th note because the beat is going to be so fast at some points that they're going to have some 16th note action. They don't. It's pretty much only 8th notes. So I'm going to switch this to 8th note, and what we're going to do is we're going to say, hold this gate open for 1/8 note. And that is going to translate to 1/8/5. But if I want to do a hold for a 16th and do a 16th fade so it does one nice 8th note, then I'll put the hold at 92.59 and our release at 92.59. Threshold all the way up. Everything is only reading this external one. Now let's listen to this with and without our best friend. Here it is bypassed. Snare, a lot of all of that. Let's skate it. Now let's try to do our extra release time that we talked about. Let's do it. Let's give it an 8th note of a release instead. So let's go 1/8/5. Smoother to me. A little bit more forgiving. Let's try this and see how that is. Maybe what we want to do is flip them over here. 92. We'll go with that. It'll hold open for a nice 8th note. It'll take a 16th note as a slowdown. We'll put that on the out kick too. Let's add our samples. I didn't really have to make that much of a decibel move change, but already it's cleaned up so much and it still sounds like our kick, and it just sounds really clean and clear. Let's put this exact same setting on the snare, and let's see how that sounds on our gate. Boom. Gate. Awesome. Let's listen to how that sounds. This at 92 again. Let's try this at 1/8/5 and see how this sounds. It's fine, but I want to be a little bit more forgiving, so I'll go this way instead. The idea for the gate is these would just be, you'd be like 8th note on the release, 8th note on the hold, etc., and it's all tempo, BPM synced for your thing. Why is it not like that? Why don't they have a gate that does that? It's stupid. I know it's stupid. Anyways, here, let's listen to the gated snare, the gated bottom, and the samples together, and let's get a good sound. So it's important because all my impact and all my tone is really coming from my close mic. If I mute it, it sounds thin, it sounds boring, it sounds attacky. If I mute the samples, we just don't have this like decay and tail and impressiveness. Okay, so we're cool with that for now. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the samples to save up some processing power and just commit up to this insert real quick and see how that works. Any questions so far about some kick and snare gating and sampling?
Yeah, there's a few.
Hit me. Hit me, please.
Amrish, copy those in. So John McLennan's wondering, at this point, how hard is the master bus limiter working?
We don't care.
We don't care. Okay, cool.
Don't care.
Daniel Wallen's wondering, what makes you use the fab filter gate over the trigger gate?
Trigger's just a heavy lifter. And also, it just doesn't have like the same like BPM kind of, I don't know, like fab filter worked for me. Ultimately, the one who actually got me to the fab filter gate, again, Nolly, he's like, yo, use this gate, try it, like it. And I never got it to work until I started doing like spikes like that. There's not a perfect gate. I bet it would be the outboard drummer that I've never used. But yeah, maybe I'll try trigger. Is it cool? Should I? Am I missing out on it? Are we not making the best mix ever by not using the trigger as the gate?
I don't know that gate at all.
Okay.
But I do think that that's probably what's ruining
everything. Is the one
everything.
thing holding us back from winning a fucking Grammy the fact that I am not using trigger as a gate? If so, let me know right now, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you, dude. But Deck Reed is wondering how you're calculating the time in milliseconds using the song tempo.
Just an app that I have on here that's like BPM calculator. So you just type in the BPM and then it's like an eighth note delay would be this and a quarter note delay would be this. It's like some stupid easy app. You can just use it online. Like, yeah, that's all it is.
Chris Huber's wondering, what impact does the look forward have on the gate?
It tells it to look forward and opening. It's like, hey man, get hella stoked that you're gonna open. So I put it on the look ahead 10 millisecond one. Yeah, it's like I'm looking forward to that shit. I'm looking forward to opening here soon. Yeah, it's basically supposed to give it like a little bit of like a tail to like help it like know when to open exactly. I've just found the best success with it all the way up, maybe even more. I don't really know. I haven't fucked with it too much. Again, I hate plugins. I hate them so much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like mess with a plugin ever. Like, this is daunting. This scares me. Like, thankfully I got a preset and I got two knobs I got to control, which is this release and hold, and like that's it. I don't want to talk about anything else. You know what I mean? We're getting outside of making music, people, and we're becoming too much of a nerd. Let's keep our head in the game. You know?
Cool.
Yeah. It's so good. Any other questions?
We're good on questions for now.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So I was just kind of joking, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the part that was serious is that no Grammy's gonna come if you don't use that.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta get on this one.